Master here, aka G to the 3. I am out masking myself during the pandemic, making sure that I'm out and about. Hey, this is a little off topic of what I'm normally doing. Normally, I'm trying to show you guys in standard stuff, some of the stuff that you need, how to take cards, build decks, go out and dominate stuff. Today, I want to show you this is a little cheesecake after you've eaten your meal. This is if you've gone like 7 days of keto, trying to really thin yourself down, and then it's cheat day, carb day. Let me show you something a little sassy. So I'm a Nicol Bolas Dragon God, who is my favorite Nicol Bolas because of his mana gains. He is the best. Do not argue. He is the best. Yes, the other one gets you kills right away, but you don't need them when you've got mana gains like this and a deck built like this. This is my Legacy Combustible deck. What's it got in it, Greg? Well, I'm glad you asked. Or Gauze Master, what's inside of it? So the key to this card, or this deck, is the win condition is Combustible Gearhulk. When you draw a card, your opponent takes 5 damage. When this creature enters the battlefield, you draw 3 cards. So that gets you a card, yes? Reason, fine. Another powerful card, Whir of Invention. Fetch the first support in your library and place it on the battlefield. For 11 mana, go get whatever support, the next support that's in your library. Fetch it, get it. Actually, you fetch it. You don't even put it in your hand. It goes directly to library. Do not pass go. You just get all the goodness on there. So what is the support that we put in here? Omniscience. If you don't have Omniscience, this is probably the most powerful card in the entire game in Legacy, as far as I'm concerned. I can't think of a card more powerful than this. Oop, took my earbud out. Let me fix it. Hold, please. There we are. Now you can hear me better. It is the chase card. If you do not have this card, this is one I chased forever, and there was a glitch in the system at one point that it was only giving out non-duplicate cards, so we spent so much gold, and I wound up pulling Omniscience like 7 times as a direct result of it, and got all of my cards out of that set, which I believe is Amonkhet, or I'm not sure which it is. Either way, this is the card. Each card in your hand costs 0 mana to cast. When you cast a creature, spell, or support, this support loses 1 shield. So it starts with 4 shields. You cast a creature, it loses a shield. You cast another creature, etc., etc., and you basically get to route your hand completely. So what else rounds out the deck? So because Combustible Gearhulk works with, what's the word I'm looking for? Since it works with draw card effects and deals damage, you just want to draw cards and go get it done. So in this deck setup, you have only one support, and that's Omniscience. And then the spells that we run, it runs 7 spells, 2 creatures, because I can't run 8 spells with this build. That's one advantage the other Nicol can do. You can run 8 spells and 1 creature. You really only need 1 Combustible Gearhulk. Whatever. So let me go over the deck, the build as it is right now. So Reason, you draw 3 cards, and then you have an Aftermath. The Aftermath is it powers up one of the gems on the board. The first creature, when you pop it, when the first creature in your library is moved to the battlefield. I love free stuff. Whir of Invention we've talked about, that's the other one. So this is, Whir of Invention is like a cheap way of getting out Omniscience. So for 11 mana, it fetches the 1 support that we have, puts it on the board, we're off to the races. Days Undoing. Both players move all their cards from their hands to their libraries. The libraries are then shuffled. Both players draw 5 cards. All cards in your hand gain 3 mana. So this resets their hand. So if their hand has mana, wipe it out of there. Dark Ritual. I love this card. I didn't use this card for a while until this costs 6. The first card in your hand gains full mana. So I use that to charge up Omniscience or whatever next card is going on. Behold the Beyond. You discard your entire hand, you draw 6 cards. Each card in your hand gains 6 mana. Sound familiar? Each card in your hand gains 6 mana. Dark Ritual is 6 mana, and then the first card in your hand gets to go for free. I like free stuff. It's a combo. Stitch in Time. Just in case I can't get the combo to go 100% completely, this buys me a couple extra swaps to be able to get it done. Omniscience we've talked about. Startled Awake, 6-person creature. Again, 6 is critical. We got 3 6s here. Sign of the Devil. Nope, superpowered. Nicol Bolas. So this is a Startled Awake creature, 1/1. When this creature enters the battlefield, you gain 13 mana. So you spend 6, you get 13. Is a stupid powerful creature. When this creature deals combat damage to a planeswalker, this creature transforms. Flips over. When this creature deals combat damage to a planeswalker, this creature is returned to your hand. So every other turn, after it does damage, you cast it, it sits there. Next turn, it does damage, it flips. Third turn, it damages, and it goes back to your hand. So every 4 turns with this 1 card, you get to actually use his mana ability, but we don't really care about that. The only new card that I have in this deck is Inspired Ultimatum. Deal 10 damage to any opposing target, gain 10 life, then draw 5 cards. So it works with the draw effect. I used to have something to the wilds, or the wilds card where you draw a bunch of mana and then a support hits the, or a land support hits the board free. I just used it for its draw ability. This is way better. Deal 10 damage, gain 10 life, draw 5 cards. It's wonky. Want to see it in action? Cool. It'll take all of 2 minutes to do. I'm inside the Trial of Zeal. I've already beaten this with Tamio's cards, just ramping them up for all unmastered cards so I can get to the next levels in my rank. I'm at 162, I think, right now as a player. So Defender, 3 or more creatures with Defender during a single fight. I don't have anybody with Defender. Spellcaster, 5 or more spells during a single fight. I can do that. And the neat thing about this engine here is I can do this. I can say, bam, throw this here, go there. Say, all right, so I'm going to take out 2 cards. I'm going to take out Startled Awake, and I'm going to take out Inspired Ultimatum as well. And I'm going to go with, actually, you know what? Yeah, I will. No, you know what? I won't. I will do this. I'll confirm. I'll edit. I'm going to take out Inspired Ultimatum. I'm going to go look for something with Defender. Okay. I'm going to go Creature. I'm going to go those. Let's see if I can do Unmastered. So I'm just looking for creatures with Defender that are unmastered, that are higher ticked. And you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and take that puppy out and say go. So this becomes the way that I achieve a lot of objectives and events and matches, because this deck is just ridiculous. It just hammers, man. It just wins. All it does is win, 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 no matter what. You know, hands in the air and they never come down. It's amazing stuff. All right, that's enough singing. That's enough rap, I promise, for this video. All right, so in that, we just basically have to be, the biggest challenge with these decks is you win too quickly. So what you're looking to do is you're going to get Omniscience up front. You're going to have Combustible Gearhulk as a critter that's being cast, and then Behold the Beyond. It'll draw cards, and then you can choose what not to do it. What you have to pay attention to here is when to say no and when to say yes. So here we go. Let's start seeing if we can get this puppy rolling here. All right. So this Nico Bolas's bonuses are easily, so this is going to go get me another one. I wanted to put it there. It gets +4 for black and +4 for red. So if I can get lucky and get a red, look at that. Bam, game over. Allegedly. Let's see, before I start celebrating my back here, this is turn 2, my turn 2, turn 3 total. Do we want to do this? Yes, we will. And when we drop Reason, even without casting it, the Aftermath effect winds up hitting the board. All right, so we've got more stuff, 2 Defender creatures there, and then we can win the game. And we've got another Stitch in Time and a Combustible Gearhulk, and we just say, yeah, baby, go. There's 1, there's 2, we've reached our objective. Tree of Perdition continues to grow. And all the while, if you can see it up here in the top right-hand corner, we're just chipping away. We got 2 extra turns. All right, so we've got 2 extra turns. Let's do this. Bam. 1 extra turn. And we will do, let's actually do this. We will confirm. That'll take all the cards out of his hand, as you can see. Let's see. So I've got a Stitch in Time. Do I pull something that feeds that Dark Ritual? So I'm going to cast Dark Ritual. Actually, no, I won't, because it's Days Undoing, so it's only going to give it 3. But on my next turn, I should be able to win the game. So we're at turn 4, or turn 3, rather. Now, I did not know this critter did this. Look at this. He kills your other 2 creatures. That's funny. That's all right. We still got it. We still got it, my friends. We have the game, right? Chair. All right, so we just need to get 6 mana. There it is. Not even 6 mana, 3 mana. And we're off to the races again. Let's see if we can win it in total. Let's just go Behold the Beyond. Stitch in Time, so we get another turn. Beyond. I'm not going to get the Beyond off. There's another Whir, though. Maybe I can get the Whir off. So I got 2 extra turns, or 2 extra swaps, rather. Let's go ahead and do this. This is why I always do the Stitch in Time in advance, so that if I need to go again, I don't have to really worry about it. All right, we're going to go there. I got 1 extra swap, and I need, what, 3? So anything should do, if I can find it. There we go, red. Perfect. Oh, I should have done white. I was premature in my swipe. When I'm not playing for you, I take my time. I really take my time to review and evaluate what all my moves are, because I'm not in a rush. I want to make sure that I'm winning the games. But when I'm shooting video for you, my friend, I try to get it done as quickly as possible so you don't get bored. That's basically it. Let's see. Oh, 2 more swaps. You know what? Let's use this first ability. Bam. Game over. Iveen. That's all. See how simple it is? It's cakewalk, man. And I achieved all the objectives. And let's see if it gives me any, how much repeated stuff it gives me. All right, so there's Defender. I got those 2 points. There's Spellcaster. I got that point. And then it gives me 4 points because I've already beaten it. So I was hopeful it would give me 20, but that's all right. So there you go, my friends. That is the deck. That is what that engine is when you're facing and you're like, what the heck just happened? What is Omniscience doing? How are they beating me so quickly? How is it's a deck so easy to win with that even the computer Greg can beat you. And if you guys don't know who Greg is, if you're newer to the game, Greg is the nickname we call the AI that actually plays our decks against us. We play against the computer all the time, but it's piloting decks that we've all built. So this deck, Greg can kill us with. You have to be careful with him. Where they really do well, or where Greg does the best with this kind of deck, is in Legacy. And you're facing a deck that has this engine, but with green, because if they use green mana conversion, they wind up crushing you, and you're literally just watching. So the only time these decks lose, in my case, is when you're facing Greg and he gets a lucky draw and winds up getting it done. So at any rate, there you are. One last quick look at the deck so you guys can see what it looks like. Again, the main deck itself doesn't have any of those challenges. It runs faster. It wouldn't have stalled out like it did there with Startled Awaken and Inspired Ultimatum as in the deck. It would have just continued to draw and just would have taken them out in one turn. It's a lot of fun to get on your first turn and win the game, especially when the decks continue to go. A lot of fun. Anyways, appreciate you. Again, your likes, comments, subscriptions, all that stuff really matters. Comment below. Let me know if you have any of these pieces. Really, the 2 key driving factors to this are Whir of Invention and Omniscience. There are a lot of other cards that can do similar to some of the other stuff that's here, but those are really the core of the engine. Do you have a version of this Legacy deck? Do you use other cards instead of Startled Awake or Inspired Ultimatum to drive this deck and win even faster? I'm all about quick wins when it comes to just completing objectives. Holler at your boy, comment below, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.